Good morning. My name is Rebel and I'm the Rebel Reseller. And today I'm going to be doing a what sold, but instead of my little two for each week, I've been on vacation and then I have been away for several days this week. So my sales have kind of been slumped, primarily because I was on vacation and I turned everybody off but eBay and put that one on time away. And when you're on time away and you've got a week out before you're going to ship, you lose sales. So I think I sold in the week that we were gone like 35 or 37 items. We got back in time so that I could ship Friday before Christmas. And then this weekend's been excellent. So I'll go ahead. I'm going to do this what sold is going to be from December 17th through the 27th, which was I think Thursday, and then I'll do my normal Friday, Saturday, Sunday after the weekend's over. But yeah, I'm glad 2021's gone. But I've got big goals this year. I told myself I was going to try to process 40 listings a day, 5 days a week. Because I really want to get back up to 10,000, 11,000 items this year in my store, get back into the anchor store. I'm comfortable there. I downgraded because it was the smart thing to do financially, but I want to be big enough to be back to that. So I've done 2 days that I got 40 things listed. That's a lot of work. You know, there's some days not a problem. I can do 40, 50 or more. You know, if everything is, you know, clean, doesn't need a whole lot of work, doesn't need batteries and all of that stuff done, I can get through quite a bit. And then there's some days, you know, I'm lucky to get 20 done, and then there's some days that just none gets done. But I'm going to try. I'm going to try. But it's a lot of work. So I did Friday and Saturday. Today's Sunday, so I'm going to try to do a little because my sister does have some appointments this week, so I will be gone probably all of one day, most of one day, and then another day. So she's doing good though. Thanks for those that have sent me messages about her. She's doing good. Before we get started though, I got a neutral feedback. I sold a vintage tablecloth, Christmas tablecloth, still sealed in its original packaging. It was one of those kind, I think, Kmart, Walmart type. Not a high dollar item. But my neutral feedback is the fabric is stiff. I sent the buyer a message saying, you know, this was a new old stock item. I would have gladly sent a refund if you'll return it to me. And all he did was respond back and say, it is what it is. Basically, it is what it is. Not going to change it. So then I tried the see if eBay will remove the feedback, and they won't either. It's just irritating because it's more of a product review than a review of me as the seller. But all right, let's get through this. I have quite a few eBay because, of course, this is 10 days worth. A few Facebook. Like I said, I turned off Facebook, Mercari, Etsy, and Bonanza while I was gone. Mercari is, I'm not selling anything hardly there. I do think I have one thing for this weekend to ship. But something's up with that because I have a lot listed there. You would think it would be a little bit more. But while I was with my sister this week, I was cross-listing like crazy to Facebook and Mercari. So I'm hoping I'll see an upswing from that. I'm going to keep at it. List Perfectly definitely makes it a whole lot easier to do. What I normally do is I'll pick like 10 things. Like I said, I cross-list from eBay. Everything starts on eBay. And I'll pick like 10 things from my active listings and then do Mercari and Facebook at the same time. And it just seems to work for me. And then I'll do 10 more, and then I'll do 10 more as it happens. Sometimes I don't like to do a whole lot because every once in a while you get a little glitch and then things get all crazy. And, you know, I use my custom SKU to mark where I'm cross-listing it too. So when I sell it, I know where to go to end it. But, you know, it's intermingled with everything else that I've already done previously. And then you forget, okay, have I done this one? Have I not? It's just, so I do 10 at a time. It works for me. All right, let's get to the things that I sold. 10-day period, like I said, December 17th through the 27th. All right, this first item is a Justice microbead plush of this little dog. I'm pretty sure I picked this up at the bins once upon a time, and it sold for $10.95. While I was on vacation, I didn't run any sales. I always have sales going, but I thought I'm just going to kind of let it do its thing. So a lot of these things sold at their original price or with best offers. This was a brass reindeer candle holder. Brass, $49.95 it sold for. This was from our pickup this summer. This is a sock monkey plush, 19-inch. Sometimes the ones with these different colors that aren't just the brown and red, they do tend to sell a little bit better. It sold for $9.95. This is Caillou. Some of the little figures, they're only the 2.5-inch tall ones. I think I got a bag and I separated them out. I think I had 2 of one of them, so I did 4 and 4. And I took a best offer on this one of $16. Robert picked this up, I think, I'm not sure if this was from that Ikea Bag estate sale we went to, but this was an Archer stereo audio video processor, and it sold for $35. We would have only had a few bucks in it, if at all that much. This is from Animal Adventure. Very cute rabbit, kind of like a sherbet colored. It sold for $10.95. These, definitely keep an eye for these. I went to an estate sale and they had all of these Tupperware handles just in a box under a table. None of them went with anything on the table. And so I asked how much. I think she charged me 10 cents each. I bought 10 or 12 of them of different types. I did put these 3 together and sold them for $27. Now, some of the other types of handles from Tupperware I found out don't do as well, but these ones here that go to the cake carriers, they do, you know, $9 isn't bad for each. This had a stain on it that took probably 3 processes to finally get the stain out. But this is Oswald plush. This was Henry the Penguin, and I knew this was going to be a good sell. If you find the Oswald octopus, he does really good. But this is Henry. He was only 9 inches tall. He sold for $49.95. This, I meant to put up. I'll try to remember and have Robert throw it down here on the screen somewhere. But there is a Christmas Around the World, House of Lloyd, Santa Claus that's an incense burner. And I picked it up at an estate sale, and when I got home, I realized the Santa was broken. So this is the base to that. Now, usually I think I sell that Santa anywhere from $25 and up, depending on the time of year. So I just decided to sell just the base, and it sold for $14.95. So, you know, make a little lemonade with those lemons, right? I think these are the last of the milk glasses that Robert picked up while he was traveling earlier this year. These were just white ones. Almost all of them were the D handles. So if you look at the handles, they're shaped like a D. C handles do really well, better than these. But I ended up taking a best offer of $20 on these 3, so they're gone. I featured this recently in a haul. This is Mary Meyer, and he was the Snuffy Mouse. You know, a lot of times this would be something that I would probably sell for, you know, $6 to $10, but for some reason he was a little bit better. Plus he still had his tag. So he sold for $14.95. I believe this puzzle was from our Finders Keepers haul the first time we went. So we would have paid $1 for it and sold it for $14.95. This, I think I still have one or two more things, but I had bought a sweater machine, a machine that you put the yarns in and everything, and it helps you knit or whatever, sweaters. I'm not crafty. But it was missing like the main motor to run it. The lady had told me it was good to go, but so I sold it piece by piece, and I've made it. I made more than I would have ever made selling it as a system. These were just the weight rods. I think there were 4 of them that went to it, and I sold them for $14.95. I'm going to definitely keep watching to make sure things that I buy, you know, it might be better to part it out. Vintage icicles. I think I bought these sometime last year, and they didn't sell last Christmas. I took a best offer of $8, and they're moving on. A lot of times people like to buy these. Sometimes they don't use them. What they're doing is using them as decoration because they're very cute packaging. This is funny. This I picked up at, I think, our thrift store in the town next to us. I want to say I paid $1 or $2 for it. It is a child size plastic vanity chair, to one of those little vanities where it has, you know, the mirror and everything, and they can use pretend makeup and everything to dress up. Sold this one for $14.95, but what's funny was when we were in St. Louis at the bins, there was one of these there, and I thought, it's kind of big, 10 inches, and I thought, I haven't even sold the other one. I'm not going to pick it up, and daggone it if I didn't sell it the next day. I've sold 3 of these in just this 10-day period. I did sell 2 of these. I took a best offer of $90 each. These are the Corning Opal glass ornaments. I had listed 3 and had 6 of them sitting here. Probably, I didn't list them till like December, because the first 3 just kind of sat and never sold and never sold. And then finally they started selling. So I bought these at an estate sale. I bought, I think, 3 boxes, paid $2 each, and inside those 3 boxes were 9 of these glass ornaments. Very intricate. I mean, look at that. And these are glass by Corning. So I sold 2 of these for $180, this one and that one. And then back down here at the end, I also sold one on Etsy. Best find ever. This same company that I like to go to, that I've been buying some of this vintage stuff from, is also where I bought the Boyd's Bears that sold for $500 and some. Love that company. This is Stuffins. It is the abominable snowman from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Some of these Stuffins do a whole lot better, like the polka dot elephant. It does better. But I did sell Bumble here for $9.95. This is an animated Peter Cottontail goose. It did work. It quacked. Here comes Peter Cottontail. Are you singing it now in your head? But I did sell it for a best offer of $14. Every once in a while, I list these on eBay, but almost always sell them on Facebook when I cross-list them. But this is one of the FisherPrice Little People. This is the newest style. They're just kind of chunkier, and they sell quite well for me, although I still think the vintage, of course, sells the best. But this was an African-American dad from 2016, and he sold for $9.95. I love selling littles. They're so easy. This is from Inner American Products. I love that company. Just good quality. This was a little gray lamb. Sold it for best offer of $10.95. if you're new to my channel, a lot of the stuff that I buy is $1 or less, and I do not offer free shipping. So when I say it sold for $10.95, as you can see here, they also paid $4.75 shipping, plus taxes. These I bought at that same estate sale company. I want to say I paid $1 or $2 per box. I bought 6 of these. These also are from Christmas Around the World. They were these little copper and gold metal starburst decorations. I sold this one box for $19.95. I think I've sold 2 more, so I probably have 3 left out there. This is Goond Flapjack the Monkey. He's 17 inches. I have sold him a couple of times, so I knew that he was a good find. And he sold for $34.95. This is an Applause vintage rabbit, 16 inches long, cute little posable ears. Sold him for $10. Now, I've been selling a whole lot of low dollar. I was to the point where I'm just trying. You guys, I have tons to list and tons to store. We just bought 8 more shelving units, and I just ordered like 54 more laundry baskets. I like to store my stuff in laundry baskets. And then, of course, everything is stored in its own plastic bag. It just makes things easier for me, and they fit perfectly on the shelves that I buy. I buy my shelves from Sam's. But I lost my thought. Oh, I've been selling. If it was reasonable, I was going to make a profit. It was out of here. That's just how I've been. It's got to go. And it all adds up in the end, right? This is Carter's Child of Mine, Lovey. These that look just like this, there's dogs, and they're pink and they're blue and just all of them. But you know me, I buy all Loveys, and this one sold for $11.66. This was a little surprise. This is Stepping Stones. A lot of times I find blankets that are by that brand, Loveys by that brand, and then like this little plush, I'm gonna buy it just because of the name of the brand, but comp showed me that this was $26.95. Yeah, let me go find out where I am. Yeah, all right, this is Cuddle. All of a sudden, I've had several sales on these large Cuddle bear plush. This one sold for $13.45. I've got 2 over here somebody just bought that's going to be going out Monday. I think I took best offers on them of $10, but because they're big, they take up too much space. I'm still going to buy them, and I still love them, but they are taking up too much space. Gotta move that stuff. This was out of my norm. I bought 4, I think it was 4 little elephants. I think 2 of them were Lenox. I don't remember what the other one was. And then this one was green slag glass. I paid $5, I believe, for all 4 of them. This might have been the last one, and it sold for best offer of $12. This is a record album. I don't buy them very often, but my husband and I went to an estate sale. This is one of my big regrets. Big regrets. I think they were selling all the record albums for $2 or $3 each. I'm cheap. To me, that's a lot for a record. But we went through, and the garage was filled with records. We went through probably 45 minutes or so scanning stuff. And if we thought we could make a few bucks on it, we went ahead and bought, I want to say we only bought 10 or 15 record albums. Come to find out, when we got home, and I learned all of this in this process, they were almost all of them were what's called white label promos. This guy must have been like a radio station executive or something, and if I had known, I would have bought as many as I possibly could. because I've sold a couple of albums for way over $100 just because they were the white label promos. This wasn't one of the ones that was high dollar, but I did end up selling it for $22.45. I only have a couple of them left. This is Ducks Unlimited. I just featured this on a haul recently. I paid $3 or $4 each and bought like 7 blankets. This one was pheasants or ducks or something that were flying, and I took a best offer on it of $28. I love to find this dog from Dora Explorer. It just always sells. This is the almost 5-inch tall one. I've sold him so many times I can't even tell you, but he did sell for $8.05, and a lot of times I'm getting these at the bins, so I'm only paying pennies for it. But if I see them at yard sales, I still pick them up. Now, like the dollhouse stuff for Dora the Explorer, some of the little figures I do okay with when I make lots, because a lot of times they get put on like tops of birthday cakes and stuff like that. These next two were from the Gorum Ariana dishes that Robert picked up. He paid $75 for a bunch, and we have sold a lot of them. I've got 2 cups over there that I sold for $18 each that are going out tomorrow. But this was for the platter and this oval serving dish, and they paid $32.31 for the 2 pieces. And they paid a lot in shipping because that platter was oversized, so I had to use a bigger box. This is Kelly Toy. I love that brand. This is, a lot of the dogs do well with that. This one was a larger one, 24 inches, and he sold for $29.66. This is from my online estate sale. This was an Energizer Bunny Rabbit plush, still sealed in its bag, and it sold for $8.96. This was from the estate that we did fill a bag. We did we got 3 Ikea bags. It had a few little paint chip thingies on it, but it was like a ceramic, and I sold it for best offer of $18. I have a cheat sheet down here because not always what you see here is what I sold it for. I'm not sure why it doesn't show up the right way. I bought these a couple of years ago, I think, at a yard sale. These were in their original packaging like this, but I had 2 sets of these, and I ended up selling both of them in the last few months. But it was just McDonald's French fry holders from the Olympics, the Dream Team. But I took a best offer of $7.50 on this one. Other than the Corning Opel ornaments, this is probably my big sell for this time frame. But it's funny. I got these from the online estate sale again. I couldn't find nothing anywhere of anybody even selling one of these. Now, these are just Pokemon drinking cups from Carl's Jr. from 2002. I had the complete set. Of course, I went a little high with my price, $79.95, but I had somebody who just kept sending me offers, and finally I thought, they offered me $55, and I was like, okay, and they're gone. $55 for 4 cups, plastic cups. So definitely keep your eyes open. I've been surprised with like McDonald's cups that come, you know, that were from a series or whatever. They sell. Check them. If you see them at yard sales, check them. This was Jellycat. I thought it was going to be worth a whole lot more, but this is Flory the fish. Very cute. And I ended up taking a best offer of $15 for her. This is Eden Peter Rabbit. I always pick these up. Any of them, even some of the Dakin ones, just, I love that series. I'm going off. but I ended up selling these for $12.25, or this one. Now this, yes, I sell stuff really inexpensive. You know, I've mentioned this before. A lot of times I just process. I do all my processing first. I take their pictures, I write up the description and everything in my spreadsheet, and then put them away. And then when I go up in the evening, I do my research. Sometimes they surprise me and they're worth a whole lot. Sometimes it's like this and they're not worth a whole lot. And I sold this for best offer of $3.75 to one of my viewers, Miss Lizzie. She's I love her comments. I look forward to, she comments almost on all of my videos. She's got a YouTube channel also. She's a big reader. So I'll try to get Robert to put a link to her YouTube channel down below and go check her out, especially if you're a book lover, which she seems to be a book lover. So thank you, Miss Lizzie. This is Anna Lee. I just got this recently. I want to say Robert paid like $1 for it. This is one of the lambs from Anna Lee. I love Anna Lee. Very neat plush. Very unique because their faces are painted. So you're going to know when you have an Anna Lee plush. I kept getting this person that just was sending me lowball offer after lowball offer. And finally somebody sent me an offer of $15 and I took it. It's gone finally, because this person was being persistent. You guys have had that person. Walmart, love vintage Walmart. This is just a little yellow bear I picked up recently, so I know I didn't pay a whole lot for it, but it's just got this little cute fabric on its hands and feet and in its ears, and I sold it for a best offer of $13. Yeah. This is Vaughn. I think it was like a store, Vaughn's, but Husky dog wolf. I always use those three words together. 18 inches. I don't remember picking this up anytime recently, so it's probably been listed a little while. But he did sell for $17.95. There are big collectors of Huskies. More brass. These were just a candlestick set that was graduated in size. I don't think it was even a full set. It was like these three that have like the French horn handle thingy, and then these three in the front. Just kind of put them all together and took a best offer of $25. And I still have a tote I have not gotten to yet. This was a Boyd's Bear ornament. I bought a whole tote of them and for something in it that I don't remember even what it was. But I ended up selling almost all of it now. This was a football ornament. Here's the little bear sitting on the football, and I took a best offer of $12. This came from the haul video that I did that Hannah had sent me a box full of plush. This was the Scarborough brown bear. It's the first thing that has sold already, so I've already made $9.86 on it. But definitely Scarborough is one of those brands that tend to sell quite well. I want to say it was like JCPenney's. This is, we picked this up. We had a little thrift store down the road from us that was going out of business. I want to say we paid a couple of dollars for this, but it was the Godfather VHS. The box was open, but I think all the VHSs were still sealed. I had it listed for quite a while now, and I ended up selling it for best offer of $24. With all the craziness with the VHSs these days, maybe I should have double checked. Probably a reseller who bought it from me. That's all right. I made my money, right? All right, these next few are Facebook, Etsy, Bonanza. Like I said, I turned everything off, so this has just been in the last few days of December. This was a counted cross stitch set. I think also this came from that Ikea Bag for $15 that estate sale we went to. This sold for $12. And then this was a scentsy elephant I picked up at a yard sale earlier this summer. It sold for $8. This was a I didn't know who the manufacturer was. Just very cute and fluffy. It sold for $16 on Facebook. And then I pick up quite a few snapback hats. I haven't found any recently, but there for a while I was buying quite a few, and I pay like $1 or $2 for them at yard sales. But this one was a Tennessee Homecoming corduroy hat from 1986, and I ended up selling for $15 on Facebook. And then here is another one of those Corning Opal glass ornaments. This one sold on Etsy for $100. And then I had a Bonanza order, which was this little Precious Moments Love and Care duck plush. I think this might have been from my online estate sale, and I sold it for $9.95. So that was it. This weekend's been good. I think I'm about gross about $1,000 so far for the weekend, and it's Sunday morning, so we'll be good to go, hopefully. I'm going to try to we're supposed to get snow tonight. It has been 70 here all week. I've had windows open all week, and it's supposed to, like a major winter storm tonight. I'm hoping not. I'm going to try to get all of my stuff pulled and at least brought over here to the basement, so hopefully I'll only have to trek out in the snow to get the few things that sell overnight. But fingers crossed it's not as bad as some people are expecting. All right, bye.